What's going on, guys? So today we're finally getting something taken care of that should have been taken care of over 2 years ago. I checked the title. It's been since 2020 of at least May, June, I believe, is when I grabbed it and the other one. But we're getting some title stuff situated today so we can register 3 of our cars. So then we can really get to work on them now. So as you know, I've got, except that's not mine. I've got quite the slew of vehicles here, but we have actually already registered one. That would be this bad boy. We've got it titled, got us a plate, but if you guys have watched along, you know it does not run, and that's because it's not getting any fuel. And I've yet to figure that out. I'm thinking it has to do with the wiring harness being the wrong one, because I have 1 TPS plug instead of 2 like I should have. But this car has been sitting here for 2 years. I've had no bill of sale for it. I've had just a title with the previous owner's name, everything filled out from when I picked up the car. And it's not horrible, but it's not the best. As you can see about right here, there has been immense amounts of mice or equivalent rodents in this vehicle. It's got, you know, crusty rust up here. Hatch is solid, doors are solid, except the weird paint repair, whatever you want to call it. Third brake light, it's nice. Rear end looks nice. Some Motegi wheels. No idea what they're called. Not for me. Those will either be spares or go on something else when I sell it. Got this peeling, gross, nasty paint. And just the crusty front. It's been damaged in some sense before, as you can see up here. But we will take care of all that. Do the best we can to repair it, and we'll try to paint it. But I've been in contact with the previous owner all the past 2 years. He has said he'd send me a bill of sale forever ago, and today, since I'm registering all my cars I don't have registered to get all my 12 open spots next year, I just took this title just to see what we could do. Luckily, they said they can do it if I get a VIN check, which I have to do on my Detroit Z as well. And other than the VIN check, what would happen is, if I titled it without a bill of sale, the odometer will be exempt, which already is, so who cares? So now we're patiently waiting on us a VIN check for here and here, and hopefully this all goes well. I've been waiting probably an hour for an officer to get time to come by, so who knows, maybe it'll happen today, which fingers crossed, because it's my last day of the year to do any of this. But yeah, so needless to say, I'm super excited we finally get to do something with this. Get to literally gut the whole thing, clean it, sweep it, and scent it, because it smells like crap. Well, this one, since it's already registered, this is, well, yeah, we have this TPS plug right here, but we have the hard idle switch right there with absolutely no wire anywhere to plug it in. So yeah, I know I've got pipes exposed here. That'll be for like catch can, probably PCV. I don't have a radiator in. That'll be new. So that's kind of the frustration that I'm at with this, but since we have it registered now, we can finally get to work and start doing some things on it. Not as seasoned in these as I am in Z32, so we may be waiting a little bit. See, I can do some more research, but at this point I think we'll just be redoing the other harness that came with another dual cam that I have, since I know it was a running and driving swap. But enough of all this, we're just going to get back to waiting for a police officer to get here so we can get our VIN checked and get on with our day. We've also got a car we just sold coming back. It's not coming back permanently, it's coming back for a clutch change. The video I did the clutch change on, turns out I believe the clutch master cylinder's push rod or rod, whichever, that connects to the clutch pedal was not adjusted correctly and causing the clutch to like 5% be engaged the whole time, and now it's slipping already. So bought them an Exedy, I don't know, we just bought them one of them clutches, and we're going to replace it for them for next to nothing, because I feel responsible for it, liable. I mean, but then again, I don't know, it's just part of it. I've been in there before, I know how to take it out. No big deal. If you can tell by their big bright backlight, we have been all checked out. VIN is all gravy, and it's time to go get her registered. So we're gonna take our little 15-20 minute drive back to Alexandria, and let's get this title stuff situated. Here's the nice E85 plant that is literally 5 miles from my house. Kind of cool. I can smell it on very windy nights. What's going on, guys? So today we're finally going to get started on getting some work done. However, it's not exactly what I have already described or explained previously in the video. However, we will get to that in the later section of this video. But if you guys remember, we did just sell a car, and it was this car. It just so happens that we got it back. It's not ours. Turns out the clutch pedal has been misadjusted and slightly engaged while on, and it is causing the clutch to wear out and slip when getting warm. Since you guys already watched me change this in an actual video, I'll just keep you guys updated along the process, and hopefully we can get this all done today to move on to one of our other too many projects that we've got. So first things first, let's get it up on some blocks. I think I'm going to work on it out here instead of in the barn, only because of lighting. I don't have my light on me for inside here. We took it for a night hike last night, and I happened to leave it in the old lady's car. So enough of the chit chat. Let's get this thing up in the air and start rocking on it. So now we've got the tranny out, everything's off, exhaust, whatever. Here's our new pressure plate and our new clutch. We're about to go under there, crack the other one off. I've got a breaker bar on the crank to keep it from moving. We'll zip that off, put the new one on, spray it with some brake cleaner, clean it up, and get this new one installed and torqued on. So everything on the bottom side is now hooked up. We just went ahead and threw the battery back in, so that way we can test and just make sure we still start fine. Alright, so it still starts fine. Still has this misfire when cold. Presumably still the O2 sensor. I'll see if we can do something about that. Uh-oh, we're fogging out. So what we're going to do to it pretty much is we're going to adjust the clutch pedal so we can get a little bit of play instead of it being already ready to go as soon as you touch the pedal. Top up the fluid slightly. It's slightly low because I absorbed some of it because I was too full and made it a little lower. I also rerouted the clutch line here down behind the fuel line plate that's on the frame rail. What I will do here is I will recrimp these wires so we will have a functioning ABS. Also, I've got the cowl panel over there. Since it's kind of odd, it's white, all faded, nasty, I'll just hit it with a couple sprays or something, get it at least black and look a little more presentable for them. Other than that, what have I done? I've retightened the trans mount and the engine mounts. I've rerouted and zip tied out the way the battery cable over here, so that way it doesn't make contact with the exhaust. Hopefully this is the O2 sensor, as it's the most, or the easiest to get to, so to speak. What I think we might try to do here for them, other than the obviously the ABS and the clutch, is maybe pop the door panel off so we can loosen the tracks so it can roll up and down just fine. And I actually need to lower the rear of the car so we can potentially burp the system, which already looks to be pretty full, but see if we can get the heat a little warmer for them and maybe burp a little more of the air out the system, if there is any, that is. Well, I know you're not going to be able to see me out there, but we've got the car done for now. The only thing we didn't really get to is the plate lights and to tighten the alternator belt. But we did remove the cowl, we sprayed it, made it look a little better compared to that white, fixed the ABS wires, bled the coolant, set the TPS correctly, sorry. So yeah, we're gonna go drop it off and let them get it so they can use it tomorrow. But I'm gonna go to Harbor Freight and grab some goodies first. So there's our stripped, gross, nasty studs that we've got here, and I hope this ain't fogging up again. I'll try to get it warmed up, but it's the next day. This is our Detroit carbon twin turbo car. We've got some suspension back here, looks like max speeding rods maybe. Said these are eBay suspension arms. It appears the wells have been coated with something, probably just sprayed and freshened up, considering it's on the brake caliper too. But a little bit of rust down side of there, nothing too crazy. But anyways, pretty much what we're gonna do is just see if we can get some real wheels switched over to this, and maybe get the wheels secured enough that we can move it around. Maybe even take it for a lap around the block or something once we get everything else on, since we do have it titled, insured, registered, all that now. But yeah, we're going to go grab, actually got them on me. I think this stud, and maybe this stud I will at least be able to use. I believe they're all, well, that one's barely stripped. We've got our overflow right here, very ugly and rigged, but we need to get a clamp on there, which I've got here. I've got my 10 mil nuts and bolts over here. What we're gonna do is get this bumper mounted up in all the places that we can, and just kind of have this on here so we can mount the headlights, or not headlights, the turn signals at least, because I've obviously got to have those if I'm going to drive it. But I did just realize there's no front bash bar in this, so I may need to go look for one of those to put in it if I can. Well, we have got it done now. Done, as I say. Got our boost controller all plumbed up. Got each vacuum line zip tied. Got these rear wheels changed. I will see if I can add a couple lugs to the other side. So far we've just got everything really hooked up. We topped up the coolant. We kind of put the overflow back with a different line on it and the actual hose clamps. So yeah, hopefully we'll see A, the boost controller works, whatnot when we turn it on. B, if these are tight enough on here to keep the wheel from doing anything funky. And see if this thing still runs off the wrong chip tune. It's only got 10cc difference on injectors, but yeah, pretty much we're gonna fire it up, move it around a little bit, reposition it, check the tires, and then have to pull the computer back out, head over to the next town over and grab 5-10 gallons of gas so we can throw in here, or ethanol I should say, and hopefully all will be well after then. And it'll be a matter of picking, you know, either wheels or going with a new paint job on this thing. So plenty of options here. I guess we just really gotta decide, which is always the worst part. I know I'm gonna have 100 more of these, so we just hopped in. Cluster is totally jacked. Watch when I crank it, the speedometer will raise. Not enough power to get the jump pack. Now we've got the jump pack on. See if we got more juice. Check our TPS, see what voltage we're getting. Yeah, I wonder if that injector difference is enough to make this misfire. That would be crazy to me, but like I said, we're still waiting on the said tune. But that could potentially be from a coolant temp sensor as well, as I don't think that one is new. It is starting to idle even and smoothly now, so. Idling a little higher. I guess we'll pull it up, move it, and I've still yet to pull this pump and stuff out to check all the previous work done to make sure everything's done in a suitable manner. So stopped, and now we coast. So, at least we made it home. I'm so sad I didn't get that on camera. I don't know if it hit boost accidentally or what, but it was pop, 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 like gunshots. So, may not be the best. We'll just park her back up the best we can and move on. See if we can compression test. Maybe we blew it up. I don't know. But I'm still kind of upset I didn't get it on camera. You know, this may not be the best idea if it is blown, but we're going to try to start it just to see what it does. Reason being, I mean, if it is blown, it's blown. I believe I know why. This car is so strange. There's no way that we've hydro locked. That's for one. I just know there's no way. But I mean, that is what happened previously. This is a whole different setup, whole different excuse me, computer. Well, it's not blown, so that's plus. Well, I guess I can't say that. Let me explain first what I suspect is going on. This engine I got in my drift car up there. When I pulled it out and was going to boost it, which was this motor that I had all them issues with, that the whole time turned out to be the chip, I pretty much just took the reliable phase 2 engine out of my car to put in it, so I could figure this out. But at the same time, I was skeptical of this engine because when I tore it down, I realized it's been rebuilt at some point. All of my cam caps were numbered. What else? The bottom end was like super clean for the car even to have 110,000 that it has. That's still super clean compared to the body of the car. So that makes me think maybe whoever did this didn't do it right, because if maybe when I put boost to it, which on an NA motor it works fine, like, I'm not even saying I put boost to it, I just think I may have trying to take off, but I wasn't taking off fast by any means. Hopefully we didn't blow our ring lands or something out. Hopefully the rings weren't trashed or whatever. I just hope this is still a liable, potentially reliable engine, but it's better for me to find out than for someone to hop in it and go figure out what I just had to figure out myself. So what I am going to do, I'm thinking possibly what happened, this connector is not getting that good of a connection, causing the car to say it's cold when it's really warm, so it's commanding like an extra, what, 6 degrees ignition timing. So I think that could be a culprit here. I need a new coolant temp sensor anyways. I actually think I got one. Actually, yeah. Let me just wiggle this a little bit more, see if we can get a contact. Try to start the car. If it starts, we know that that was for sure our problem. And the battery's dead. Whatever, we'll just get our windows rolled up. Oh, I'm getting super weird smell from the back. I definitely do need to throw some gas in this thing, because honestly we could just be out of gas. I don't know. What's going on, guys? It's me from the future. I forgot to film an outro. Actually, I didn't forget, but as I'm editing, I found out that the file format is not supported for whatever reason. Like, it's corrupted. But we've been plugging away today with what we can. GoPro problems in the cold, low battery supposedly, but we've got this ready. We're about to start tearing into it for our next video. Totally got it, and start getting our plans out there for it. But anyways, don't forget to drop a like, comment, and subscribe down below, and we'll catch you in the next video. Peace.